During the quarantine, I was posting lullabies. I was posting songs every night.
I saw those. I loved them.
Awesome.
I couldn't believe that you could do that. Every night, a new song.
Yeah, so I mean, when you're sitting there wondering if you're gonna die or not, which is what we did, and then you have time, right? It's like, I had no job, I had no girlfriend, okay? I'm gonna die, and so it's like, well, I'll just take a couple hours to learn a song, you know?
All right, so we just released this single, Not Dead Yet, which almost follows in the vein, stylistically, to Too High for the Supermarket, which was our first, it was our biggest song.
It was too high, yes.
It was too high. But I'm interested in Not Dead Yet. Where did you, how did that formulate in your mind?
It was back in March of 2020, during the first COVID quarantine. During the quarantine, I was posting lullabies. I was posting songs every night.
I saw those. I loved them.
Awesome.
I couldn't believe that you could do that. Every night, a new song.
Yeah, so I mean, when you're sitting there wondering if you're gonna die or not, which is what we did, and then you have time, right? It's like, I had no job, I had no girlfriend, okay? I'm gonna die, and so it's like, well, I'll just take a couple hours to learn a song. You know, then I basically got my head out of my ass, and I'm like, all right, we gotta move on. And that was sort of the inspiration for it. So Not Dead Yet, the first version of that song, was a quarantine lullaby. It is exactly what it says it is. I am not dead yet. I'm not gonna die from this. This isn't gonna kill me.
At the time, you had posted that solo, and I texted you, that's a freaking hit song.
And then we, when the band was back together and we, decided to do songs, we decided to work that one up. And I think that we kind of looked at it in the same vein as we looked at Too High. At the time that we wrote Too High, it was like, this is kind of an outlier. The thought behind it is so universal. And I don't want to say, but I'm going to say, especially to people of our age bracket who grew up Gen X, grew up the whatever generation, overlooked, ignored. Yeah, so I think even when we were recording it and we were putting it on the album and everything, we're like, do we even include this song? It is such an outlier.
The universal truth. And yes, of course, people of a certain age, it does apply. But I think, personally, that song applies universally, across the board. Everybody is wondering, in the back of their mind, is this the last one? Man, no! It's not. And there's air of perseverance, and there's an air of F you, and there's an air of I am going to survive.
I mean, if you want to talk about universal appeal, big stupid riff rock. You can't get around the universal appeal of riff rock. I remember first time we started working it up, I was like, okay, I see these chords behind it. You're going like this with these chords, and you're like, no, no chords. It's just riff.
What we'll do is we're all going to do it.
Exactly. The bass is going to play it.
The bass is going to play it.
We're all going to play it.
The guitars are going to play it. The keyboards are going to play it.
Yeah. Let's go all the way back to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Let's go all the way back. Or Aerosmith.
Yeah, exactly.